Major routes across the country will be busy today as people head back home after the Easter weekend. An influx of vehicles was already visible at the Carousel Plaza and the Pumlani Toll Plaza north of Pretoria yesterday. Thousands of pilgrims from the two ZCC churches are heading back to various destinations after Easter. Today is expected to be the busiest day of the long weekend on the N3 toll route, and similar traffic conditions could extend onto tomorrow. Now, for the latest on the Johannesburg's roads, we are joined down the line by Wayne Minnaar, the spokesperson for the Johannesburg Metropolitan Police Department. A very good morning to you, sir, and welcome, Mr. Minnaar. Are there any fatalities on the roads?
Good morning. I can say in Joburg it's been very quiet after many people have left the city to go to other provinces. However, there were many roadblocks this Easter weekend, with roadblocks starting on Thursday night at about 10 p.m. until 4 a.m. on Good Friday morning, and then again on Friday night, as well as on Saturday night. And then last night, there were another 84 drunken drivers arrested, which brings the total now to 640 drunken drivers arrested in Joburg over the Easter weekend.
Now, why all these roadblocks? And it's a number of arrests. Is that a record?
Oh, absolutely. It is a record. It's the most number of drunken drivers arrested over the first 4 days of the weekend. So we wanted to ensure that we make a statement to get people to understand that drinking and driving is not allowed.
Mm-hmm. Were these roadblocks very effective, Mr. Minnaar?
Oh, absolutely. The drunken drivers were first arrested and then taken for blood samples. And thereafter, they were taken to various police stations where they were put into holding cells and then released on 1,500 rand each. We can say in Joburg that there were a few fatal accidents. The one was on early Thursday morning, where two cars collided near to Kyalami and the driver of a BMW died. And then on Saturday morning, there was a taxi accident on the M1 near the Crown interchange where a passenger had died. So far, those are the two fatal accidents which I am aware of.
Mm-hmm. In your view, is there a sense that motorists are not getting the message in terms of that they should not drink and drive?
Yes, look, that is definitely the case. I think many motorists still believe that they can get away with drinking and driving there. Therefore, there's been so many people arrested. However, we want to ensure that law enforcement takes place, and hence these roadblocks took place to arrest the drunken drivers. And these roadblocks are going to continue over the next few days until the situation in Joburg returns to normal.
Mm-hmm. Now, people will be probably returning today. Your advice to motorists?
Look, my advice is definitely for motorists to stick to the speed limit, because speed is always a factor at serious and fatal accidents. So motorists must stick to the speed limit, not to be in a hurry, just take things easy, and also to stop every 2 hours. It's important to stop to help with circulation so that drivers do not fall asleep behind the steering wheel.
Mm-hmm. Now, from the Johannesburg Metropolitan Police Department's perspective, what else are you doing to curb these rising numbers of the death toll on our roads, Mr. Minnaar?
Look, as motorists return to Joburg, there will be roving roadblocks. There will be the 22-point roadblock system, which means that there will be 22 roadblocks held at once on roads which are interlinked, so that as many cars or vehicles in a particular area can be stopped as possible. And we want to urge motorists to stick to the rules of the road, to obey the solid white line. There's a purpose for a solid white line on the road, not to overtake on such a line, and to drive courteously so that we do not have accidents, and for motorists not to drink and drive.
Mm-hmm. The 22 roadblocks, that's a number of manpower on the road. Do you think that the visibility of these police officers on the roads are a deterring factor to motorists who are not adhering to the rules of the road?
Well, I think so. I think visibility is always an important factor when it comes to get motorists to comply and even to prevent crime. So police visibility is paramount, and therefore we're going to go ahead with the roadblocks as we currently have.
A number of issues on the road normally that you would find is that motorists do not wear their seatbelts, and they also don't switch off their roads. What's your message to them?
Look, the message is definitely to wear a seatbelt. It's important that everybody in the car wears a seatbelt. One is always safer inside a vehicle when wearing a seatbelt. So should there be an emergency or should an accident take place, that you do not get flung out of the vehicle. Another factor is that if a vehicle goes out of control and it overturns, the possibilities of the occupants being flung out of the vehicle is much greater if they're not wearing a seatbelt than when they're wearing the seatbelt, even if the vehicle has central locking system on the doors or not.
Mr. Minnaar, thank you so much for your time and good luck with the roadblocks today. And just a warning to those motorists out there, that the errant motorists out there that's not wearing your seatbelt and not adhering to the rules of the road, be on the lookout. There will be a number of roadblocks, as you just heard there from the spokesperson for the Johannesburg Metropolitan Police Department, Wayne Minnaar, telling you that there will be roadblocks. They are out in full force. They're out there to get you if you are not doing the right thing. And that is to arrive alive.